I'm Kiana.
And I'm Caleb.
And I'm Jackie Baumgart. I am the director of the Raise Youth Services program with Foundations Health and Wholeness.
Can you tell us about Foundations Health and Wholeness? As in, how does it relate to a person in the community?
Sure. So Foundations is a 58-year-old nonprofit that has its headquarters in Green Bay. And in Green Bay, we have mental health counseling, we have treatment foster care, and now we have the RAISE program. Foundations also has offices throughout the state where we have treatment foster care offices, and we also work in Sheboygan and Manitowoc with the RAISE program.
What is the mission of Foundations?
The mission of Foundations is innovating care to heal mind and spirit, changing lives, families, and communities. So our goal is to better our community and better the people that are in it.
And how do you help the youth through your mission?
So through our mission, we hope that youth will have a safe and loving place to stay. So that's why we have foster care, that is why we have RAISE, and that's why we have counseling. So if families need to come in and work with a therapist, they have the ability to do that.
And does the RAISE and RAISE Youth Services stand for something?
Well, it's RAISE, like the sunshine, to a brighter future for youth.
What's the focus of RAISE? Why should I even talk to someone from RAISE?
So the focus of RAISE is to help youth who may be struggling with something at home or who may want to run away and not want to be at home anymore. So the reason you should talk to us, I guess, is if you are struggling, you are upset with a parent, or you're just having a problem that you can't figure out on your own, or if you're in need of food, shelter, clothing, anything like that, we can help hook you up with those resources.
Where do you work?
I work in Green Bay and the Sheboygan office, and RAISE has staff in both Green Bay and Sheboygan as well. And we also are working in Manitowoc, but our offices are in Green Bay and Sheboygan.
And what age do I have to be to work with you?
There's not really a specific age. It's school age kids, so normally we see kids that are as young as 10, but we can help kids all the way through 18, and in some areas through 21.
Do I have to work with a girl or a guy?
It depends. We have a guy who works with some youth, and we have a female that works with some youth. So if you really prefer to work with a female or a male, you can make that decision and ask for that.
What happens if I don't want to work with you anymore?
It's up to you. They're voluntary services. So you can say, hey, my problems are good. I'm doing good at home. I don't really want to work with you anymore. And we'll say, okay, if you need us in the future, please feel free to call us back, and we would love to come back and help you out.
Are you social workers?
In this role, we are not. We are youth advocates to help you meet your goals and your needs. However, we are mandated reporters. So, we just want to make sure that everybody's safe and that we're helping you to the best of our ability.
So are you gonna get me in trouble with the police?
No, we're not. We will ask you if you have a warrant out, but we try and work with the police. So if you need assistance with something that is a legal matter or something that maybe we need to get the police involved with, we can call them, but we would call them with you or go with you to talk to them. But we're not here to get you in trouble.
What's your education programming like? What topics do you cover?
We can cover anything. We do a lot of information about relationships, about how can we not be so angry at times, how can we work with other people and go to school. We do a lot of information with human trafficking, and we go into schools to teach kids about that, but we also can go to any community agency and talk to adults to help them talk to their kids.
How do you do street outreach? Like, could I literally walk up to you and ask you questions?
Yes, absolutely. So we go out and we try and go where the kids are gonna go. So if you're at a bus transfer point after school and you see us there, come on over, say hi. Let us know if you need anything. We can give you resources. We have, cards that talk about what we do. We have other cards that have a bunch of resources for the different areas that you might be in. Or, if you're like, hey, I haven't eaten or we don't have any food at home, we can help get you that and get some for you to bring home.
Do you give out supplies to youth, and how many times can I get your help?
So yes, we give out supplies. If we have a lot of hygiene items, so shampoo, soap, conditioner, things like that. We can also help with some food for the time being. We have a small stash of clothing in case somebody's coming from a situation where they don't have any and they don't feel safe to go home and get that. Otherwise, we will help connect you to other community resources to get what you need. And you can call us as many times as you need. We'll meet with you. We can meet with you and your parents, or you and whoever you're struggling with. But then if you, like I had said before, if you decide that you no longer want to work with us and 2 or 3 months down the line you feel that you're struggling again, then you can call us again.
How else do you reach the youth in the communities where you work?
So we go into schools, we go into the community, and we work with other organizations like the Boys and Girls Club, the YMCA, drop-in centers or shelters, and we just have our information in different areas so that if anybody needs to get a hold of us, they can call us.
I've heard people say you have host homes. What does that mean, and is it like foster care?
So host homes are licensed homes, but it's not foster care. They are a place for you to stay until we can work on your relationship with your parents or your guardian or whoever you're living with, or until we can find you more stable housing. So it's a short-term stay, but it's also voluntary, so you can leave if you don't want to be there or you figured out something else. And while you're there, we will work with you to help you figure those things out.
And what if my parents' house isn't safe and I need a place to stay for a couple nights?
So that's where you can call us. And depending on your age and situation, we can call a host home and see if you can stay there. Or if you're a little bit older, we can help you find a shelter or somewhere to stay if you prefer not to go to a host home. But like I said, our host homes are licensed and safe places to be. So we really encourage youth to use them. It's, you have a bed, a shower, something to eat, and a safe place to stay.
And what if my parents' house is fine, but I'm not getting along with them and I need someone to understand?
So that's where we help you advocate for yourself. So we'll sit down with you and your parents and help you talk to them or come up with a plan for in your home or an agreement of how are we going to work through these situations instead of yelling and screaming or somebody walking out, maybe taking breaks or just having an agreement on your fridge as a reminder of this is how we're going to work through, because we don't want you to leave your home, we want you to be at home. But if you need to, then we deal with that as it comes up.
Can you help me solve any conflicts I have in my life?
Absolutely. So we have youth that maybe have had trouble with a friend or they're getting super angry in school, and we can help sit down and talk to them about how can we deal with this better and what can we do. Or like I had said, in your home with your parents or your siblings, so that you don't want to leave your house, and we can try and work that out.
Do your services cost any money for youth to use?
They don't. So when you first come to us, we will ask you to fill out a little bit of paperwork, and that paperwork is there to help us make sure that we can keep free services for anybody that comes to us.
And I'm a teen, I don't think I need your services right now. Why do you think it's important to learn about what you do?
Because you never know when you will, right? So one day you may be struggling, or one day you may get in an argument with a parent or a sibling, and you might not know what to do or how to calm down. And we have a 24-hour line that you can call and leave a message, and someone will call you back just to talk you through those situations.
Do you work with other organizations in the community?
Yes, we work with a lot of other organizations. We try not to do the same things as other places, and we want to make sure that youth are getting what they need. So we try and come up with, how are we going to fill in the gaps? How, if you can go to the Boys and Girls Club, how can we work with them to help you? How can we go there when you're already there and meet you so that you can trust us and when you see us out in the community?
Are your services confidential? Will you tell my parents if I reach out to you?
No, we will not tell your parents. unless there's a significant safety concern. So if you want to come and talk to us confidentially, that is absolutely fine. If you want to sit down with your parents and talk through some things, it doesn't mean that we're going to tell them what you've previously told us. We're here to advocate for you and to help you.
Can you share a story about a teen you helped recently?
Sure. So we had a young girl who had run away from her guardian's house, and she was living with a boyfriend, and it wasn't the safest situation for her. So she had reached out to us and asked if we could help her out. And so I met with her and got to know her a little bit better, and we were able to help her get into a host home. And during that time, we were able to work with other agencies and other places to help get her some counseling, get her, what she needed, some food, some new clothes, some things like that, and also sit down with her guardian's family and work with them to come up with, ways that they can work together at home. So she was able to stay in the host home until everyone felt more comfortable with her going home and how they were going to work through things. And then she was able to go home, and I followed up with her several times, and she was back in school, she was going to counseling, and she was still at home. So while they had issues, when she went home, they were better able to work through them.
And about how many youths would you say do you reach out every year?
So when we're out in the community, we reach about 3,500 youth a year, just walking around, or people coming up to us and talk to us, or if they come and maybe call our line and we're able to reach out to them. We also are able to do that through referrals that we get. So some agencies that we work with send us, information with the youth's permission, and they'll send us some information so we can reach out, or send them a mailing packet with information about us so that they feel more comfortable calling or texting us.
How can a teen like me reach out to you?
So we have a lot of ways that you can reach out to us. We have, each worker has a cell phone. We have a Raise Youth Services email, and we have a 24-hour contact line where you can call and just get some help if you need to talk to somebody, or leave a message and someone will call you back. We also have a Facebook and Instagram page, so if you have those social media platforms, you are able to reach out to us on there as well.
And I appreciate your line about the future being bright. As teens, we need to know we have a chance to have a brighter future.
Absolutely, and we completely agree with you.
Those are cool sunglasses with your logo on them. Where can I get a pair?
So we have our sunglasses that you can get by either coming up to us when we're out in the community, or by meeting with us. So our one side, obviously, is Your Future is So Bright, and our other side has our 24-hour contact line on it. So each of you, for meeting with me today, can have a pair, and I appreciate your time, and I hope you have learned a lot about our program.